Yo, what's up? Welcome back to the Zinnias YouTube channel. Today we are going to be watching the fight night between Abele and Kyrius. It did start a bit before I started recording, so I'll just let it play. Abele just getting some use out of sub-superior early game. 1v1ing the Ferrothorn. Lando comes in to try and U-turn to break the sub. Victini comes in to eat at least Storm. It does seem like Kyrius just lost a game to this. Oh, Abele switches out for some reason. Kyrius goes for a double Specs blue flare, which is kind of crazy. I'm not sure why Abele switched. Did he think that it was double Scarf? But yeah, the Superior's momentum has been curbed for now. It doesn't seem like the Victini is in a great spot though, because it could just give a free setup opportunity for the Tyranitar. Lando comes in and it drops to a blue flare. That was a genius move from Abele, just sacking the Lando for no reason. It seems like we're really watching the best of Sun and Moon. Tyranitar comes in and hopefully just gonna do what it could have done last turn, just set up a Dragon Dance. Maybe he is cautious of like a hard Lando and might go for an Ice Punch. Lando does come right in, and Abele goes for a Stone Edge. Does get some good chip. Isn't as immediately potent as Ice Punch, but stays in calling out the U-turn. He goes for a double Stone Edge and gets the crit. That's exactly what he was looking for with that play. The Finny is not healthy enough to take another one. There's no indication of which one is faster, but typically on an offensive build like this, it would be Dragon Dance fast Tyranitar, outspeeds and knocks out the Tapu Fini. The Diancie comes in, and against Dragon Dance and even max or HP invested Tyranitar, Moonblast is still KOing safely. Abele is likely to go Magina here, or maybe Sip. He instead goes to Xurkitree. That's a sacrifice more than switching to take it. I assume the idea is to now go Superior, because if you're going Magina anyway, then you just go hard. Kyrius actually gives up the Diancie. Lando comes in. I think he's really banking on the idea of No, I don't get that. I don't get why I'm not the hard Dragonite. But he then goes for an explosion. Instead of the U-turn idea, it's a complete trade. The Dragonite comes in. Depending on its set, this could be over. This might be a choice banded earthquake. We see from the damage it is. Can Magina take this home? Karius doesn't end up trying to save it for a choice banded extreme speed. He goes to Victini, and Magina KOs the Victini. It seems like Karius could have just gone um to sack Victini and then come back and extreme speed. Not sure what he's doing there. That's kind of crazy. I'm sure Karius had a really good reason for that. Maybe he's banded without extreme speed. We see a game 2 already. Okay, so we have this pivoty, wall breaky balance team versus the Gorgy Trick Room. So yeah, we may be looking at like some choice banded Hooper, U-turn Mega Scizor, maybe Z Tapulele. Is ABR spectating? Oh my god. ABR watching this brain rot? I'm not sure who has the advantage here. It seems like these are just very wall break heavy teams. I feel like the Marowak on this side is quite nice here. Just had to say it. So, Magina switches out, it's not Ice Beam. Gliscor does stay in, risking the Ice Beam. It just goes for an Earthquake. Rox is safe there. It wasn't really threatening with Ice Beam anyway. Heracross comes right in, just using that bug typing to just wall grounds really, but instead Abele goes hard to the Sizzle. The Heracross should underspeed, so it can go for a close combat. But anything Heracross does will not Oko Scizor, even if it's like Adamant, I think. Yeah, not even close. The Scizor ended up being slower than the Heracross, as Kyrus goes for an SD. Haze Pex is faster in Trick Room, of course, but we're yet to see what Abele can really do back. He goes for a Toxic. Sword Stance. I think he can force a kill with Rock Blast here. I don't see how he can stop that from happening. Maybe if he goes to Scizor, Bullet Punch plus Toxic, it's more of just a direct trade. I think that is the best case scenario. But he instead goes back to Toxapex. And because maybe it would have killed anyway, but can have a look. It seems like that is a roll, but the crit certainly didn't help. And yeah, about instead of bullet punching, he wanted to save it. Perhaps wanting to, ward the fairies, the Kartana, the Cress. It is a great Pokemon in this matchup. Should he be able to heal it up? But yeah, Toxapex goes down. Looks like it wasn't Toxapex anyway, so it's not like it's really losing that much sleep over it. Tabulele definitely going to outspeed here. Crest comes in, we'll be able to see if it's choice specs or not. That's definitely modest choice specs. Magina comes in to take it, takes 30, that's a respectable chunk of damage. Gliscor comes back in, and Trick Room is set up. I feel like it depends where you're holding the Z on this team. I feel like usually it's Kartana, but Magina could have started doing some nasty shit, especially with Scizor chipped. Seems like it's more of a support Magina though. Cress heals right back up the Wiki Berry, pretty clutch against Lele Psyshock. Scizor comes in, it should be able to get a free roost. Marowak does come in to punish that though. It honestly just gets a free kill with Flare Blitz here. And if Kyrus can continue to leverage the Marowak, then I don't see how Abele can stop a game 3 from happening. Z Ryan rolled out of bed, finally, and has made the game. Scizor comes back in, takes a Shadow Bone, and if it's knockoff, then it threatens to outspeed and kill, considering Marowak's tendency in Trick Room to minimize its speed. Knockoff does come in clutch to kill the Marowak, Pokemon that could have claimed a lot more kills. But Kyrus still does have the threat of Luna dancing up the Heracross and going for round 2. And there is still a Kartana lingering in the back. If it's some sort of speed boosting variant, then Tornadus T won't be able to get in the way as consistently as it would like. It seems like if it's a Choice Scarf variant, which I'm not sure it would be, but yeah, these percentages, Choice Scarf Smart Strike is really looking threatening. Finney is able to just outspeed and threaten to kill the Scizor of the Surf, depending on its set looking like a consistent KO. Taunt comes in, it can mostly regen off one Surf. Tailwind comes up as Tapu Fini sets up a Calm Mind. Now he's threatening to actually claim a kill. I'm not sure what Abele will go to here. Maybe he will aim to knock the Wiki Berry off of the Tapu Fini, because no leftovers has been seen already. It seems like this is a Calm Mind Wiki, and that's gonna make it really hard for Abele to cleanly trade. He's going to look to do this with Choice Banded Gunk Shot potentially, which will get a clean KO and skip the Wiki Berry. Tabulele can hit back with a very strong Psyshock. It looks to be able to Oko right now. So McKenna does come in. Wikiberry once again. Should be able to just revenge kill the Tapu Lele pretty easily. I'm not sure who Abele can come back to. I think I hear myself. Yo, what's up?
Hello.
So, the Lele drops. That's a pretty consistent revenge killer of Heracross. But now Magearna drops. I think Finny can definitely come in. Cut can come in for sure. Because with that defense drop, we're talking Okos, not just 2-8 KO type deal. It's looking pretty nice for Kyrius, all things considered. I think on the original paste of this team, it was a timid Stelium Kartana. With that in mind, I think it's about to go in here. It just needs to get through the taunt, and nothing else is really stopping it. I don't think taunt can safely come in with the threat of Stelium or even Normalium. But yeah, that is, from the calc, obviously weaker than a Smart Strike should be. He is using the original version. Taunt does come in here now. I'm not sure who Kyrius' safe switch to that is. It seems like Tapu Fini would be put in an awkward position, and Kartana does just drop. With the remaining Pokemon left, Kyrius is going to need to get his Trick Room up and make the most out of Heracross. If I'm a Bell, I'm just going hard Scizor. It seems suddenly like it's very hard for Kyrius to pull this back, but Luna Dance is a very good move. Just have to see what Tom goes for. It goes to the U-turn, goes hard to Scizor. Trick Room is set up. Scizor does have a chance to roost up. I'm going to grab the calc of Psychic, which is also in the original. Psychic cannot kill Scizor unless it is a more offensive variant. I could perhaps look at a Scizor U-turn calc to see what kind of set it is, but Tempfini does come in, and Scizor opts not to roost. It wants to stay low instead. Perhaps it actually underspeeds the Cresselia. How did I learn to analyze game? Um, I've done some terrible game analysis. I'm honestly not that confident I can analyze game. Okay, Hooper comes in. It lives the Moonblast, and this does look pretty dire. Perhaps, hmm, maybe that's not an angle. Zen Headbutt. It depends on the Hooper's set. If it's Adamant Choice Band, then it's looking like a certain kill if it hits. I think Cresselia is going to perhaps look to Lunar Dance, and then the angle would be to, maybe Torn is the Flyinium Z user. That's what Lele's item indicates to me. Because if we look at Zen Headbutt, yeah, that's maybe not choice banded. Sword Stance is up. I don't think there's the turns. It's getting chipped down and goes for a Rock Blast anyway. Unable to pick up the KO. And we do see the Flyinium Z. And yeah, Abele has taken down Kyrus 2-0 in the first edition of Sun and Moon Fight Night. I hope it lived up to expectations. I mean, it certainly lived up to my expectations of what Kyrus would be able to do. If you did enjoy this gameplay, then please show love on the Sun and Moon Fight Night threads, the Discord server, and on the Zinnias YouTube channel. Peace out.